Hey, I'm sick, and everything's terrible. But everything's great, but everything's terrible. Uh, One of the people we're staying with went to the doctor, and they have strep. Strep throat, the old streppy. Strepidoo. A streppo. That's Italian. And I feel like garbage. I just feel tired, a little stuffed up. I did get an interview with Joe Hansen from It's Okay to Be Smart, all about the environmental aspect of the meat industry and stuff. And interesting stuff. And haven't gotten a lot of editing done. I still have a dung. Yeah, that's how I feel. It's a lot. There's a lot to do. A lot of footage to go through. A lot to piece together. A lot to figure out. But then again, this is my project, and it's only the amount of work that I make it. But I want to make it really, really good. So it's gonna be good. All right. The beard looks pretty good from this angle, despite how bad I feel. The beard's looking pretty good. There's gray spots in it, which I kind of like. Wish there were more, not like these like one-off gray spots like that. I want like patches, gray patches, but like tasteful. I don't want too many. I don't want too many, too few. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that interview. I got to go through all that footage and then all the other interview footage. Like I think I have the me footage all really well placed together. Like it could be a good video on its own. Not good enough though. I'm going to sprinkle it with interviews. It's going to be more like a downpour, but like tasteful downpour. Tasteful is the word of the day today. Because I want to make sure the story flow continues as well as the information trickle. So it's a balancing act. Frickin' Oscars. If you follow me on Twitter, you see how angry I am about this. They said that they're going to announce the best cinematographer and editor during commercial break. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Here's the thing. I know a lot of people are like, who cares about the Oscars anyway? I like the Oscars. I've always enjoyed the Oscars. I know a lot of people are cynical about the Oscars. There's a lot to be cynical about when it comes to the Oscars. A lot of people say it's rigged anyways. The voting is rigged, or people who vote don't watch them, or, all sorts of criticism. I don't care. Like, I still think it's fine. Like, there's no perfect system and it is kind of weird to just, say this art is better than this art. But on the other hand, another negative, and it's just like, millionaires congratulating each other. On the other hand, I think we should celebrate film. And to me, it's the best. It's a great, maybe not the best, it's the most well-known anyway, place where we celebrate film. And there are lots of films I would have not known about if it wasn't for the Oscars. Maybe they didn't win, but they were nominated. Some that won. And then, when you place one thing against another, when it comes to something that's just really a matter of opinion, you're going to anger people because they're going to say, well, that's clearly better than that, even though you said that's better than that. It doesn't matter to me still. Like, yes, something could be crowned best picture. That doesn't mean it is the best picture for everyone. But I still think the process, the ceremony, is a good way to celebrate well done film. And we already celebrate actors. And for these days especially more so, celebrate directors. But the people who are super duper crucial, other than those elements of filmmaking, cinematographer, editor, I would argue it depends on the film, but in many films, equally or more important than actors or in some cases, maybe even directors and writers. And they never get seen. They never get talked about or celebrated, except for at the Oscars, when they win and they get to stand on a stage on national TV, maybe international, and be seen. They get to say something. They get to be celebrated. And they want to do away with that. Also, people like Guillermo del Toro and Alfonso Cuarón have tweeted about it, basically saying that cinematography and editing is uniquely film. Like, otherwise, like you can have writers and directors and actors on a stage in other art forms, but film, cinematography, editing, that is uniquely cinematic. That is uniquely part of what film is. And they decide not to celebrate it. I get it. A lot of people don't care that much about editors or cinematographers. They care about them pretty people up there on the big screen. But that's a misrepresentation of what makes films great. And at least they celebrated, at least the Oscars, once a year celebrated the people who deserved to be celebrated. And now they're not going to do it. They're still going to give them the award, but during a commercial break, screw you, Academy. Yeah. I don't feel that. Not that I feel that strongly about it or anything. So, I feel like garbage. I'm going to try to edit a little bit right now while China and the baby are out for a walk. But really, production is going to be slow today. And it doesn't even matter if I do it well, because I will not be celebrated on TV for it. So, have a good one. Have a good Tuesday. Thank you for your support. I probably sound more sad about the whole thing than I actually am, because I'm just not feeling good. But stay beautiful.